How did the Golden State Warriors, the winners of 3 of the 4 last championships, sign one of the best players in the league for $5 million? Let's take a look. The first and main reason is DeMarcus Cousins is injured. We see guys come back from injuries like ACL tears all the time. They even come back seemingly more athletic than ever. However, an Achilles tear is a totally different animal altogether. We've never actually seen someone really come back to elite form. Kobe Bryant obviously had one a few years ago. Hard to use that as an example because he was already on the downturn of his career. Elton Brand, never the same player again. Isaiah Thomas, back in the 90s, ended his career. So there is a real question of, can Boogie come back to the levels he once was, or is it over? So it's a real gamble by the Golden State Warriors. And speaking of the Warriors, let's first have a quick look at how they ended up getting to the point where they could sign someone like Boogie Cousins. Early in Steph Curry's career, he had several severe ankle injuries, which enabled the Warriors to sign him to a very modest deal for a 2-time MVP. Then, of course, they had drafted Klay Thompson and were able to extend him onto a fairly modest deal, especially for how good he became. Then they drafted Draymond Green in the second round, so the first few years of his career, he was on a very low, almost minimum deal. This allowed the Warriors to bring in Andre Iguodala and Sean Livingston, who proved to be key parts in the championship runs. Next, in the summer of 2016, we saw the salary cap spike. Due to the new TV deal, the salary cap jumped around $20 million. And this allowed the Warriors to sign the 2014 NBA MVP Kevin Durant. And because of the space under the cap, all they had to do was essentially give away Harrison Barnes and Andrew Bogut, and they could just sign him without really losing any core players. In parallel to all the luck that they've had in Golden State, they've also been very smart with contracts. So they've maintained a sensible approach to contracts, which so brings us to today. They have the mid-level exception ready to sign a player like DeMarcus Cousins. This move isn't without risk for the Warriors. Cousins can be known to be a problem in the locker room. He's going to miss most of the season. He's getting paid $5 million and he may miss 3/4 of the season and may miss it all. And the Warriors could have gone out and got someone who could have contributed. The upside, of course, if he comes back even at 80%, he'll be still one of the premier bigs in the league and give them a dynamic they haven't really seen before. The previous centres of McGee and Bogut, not quite in the calibre of even an 80%, but DeMarcus Cousins. So, really interesting. If we think about the other contenders in the West and what their bigs are, we've got the Rockets with Capella, if he even re-signs at the time of recording. He's not even re-signed, he's still a restricted free agent. We've got the Spurs, don't know how good they'll be, but they do have Aldridge and Gasol, so Cousins will be useful there. Oklahoma City, Steven Adams, really good matchup there. Anthony Davis on the Pelicans, Boogie's old team. Perhaps a bit of a different matchup there, and that would be more of one for KD and Draymond, but still useful to have Boogie's size in some matchups and obviously experience playing with him. Should be interesting. So seeing who the Warriors are going against in the West, chances are realistically they're going to make the finals again. So let's see who will come out of the East. It looks like the favourites are probably going to be Boston, and with their bigs of Hayward and then Baines as a backup, pretty good to have Boogie there going against those guys. Defensively, that'll be tough for Boogie or any of the Warriors to go against Al Horford, as he proved in the playoffs last year, but certainly better to have that Boogie in your back pocket rather than JaVale McGee or Zaza Pachulia. Certainly an upgrade if he's, like I say, even 80%. Toronto with Valanciunas, Ibaka as well, I guess, if he's still there. probably won't worry the Warriors, won't cause them much loss of sleep. But the other team, of course, is Philly, and with Embiid, that certainly is someone they hope they'll have Cousins back and ready to go full tilt, as Embiid will certainly cause problems for the Warriors. So yeah, really interesting. I think certainly this season is going to be a big part of the Warriors dynasty when we look back, even as a case study as how this team was put together, how they performed on the court, the amount of titles they won. They were already a dynasty, so how will it end? We will see. Will Cousins help them win more titles? Will he stay after a year, or will he force the team to implode? And with Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant as free agents next season, will this be the straw that broke the camel's back? We will see. Hopefully you've liked this little video, the first of many to come from the All Ball Network. Please stay tuned. Please leave your comments, what you like, what you dislike. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit us up on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. We're kind of everywhere. All the links will be in the description. Check out our website. Let us know what you want to see. The whole point of the All Ball Network is it's all about ball. So anything you want, let us know. We'll do it.